And not because I woke up late, but you know, sometimes you just start the day late. You know, it's just like I just was, you know, doing my thing and start the day late. I don't like this thing. Jeez, and times. My usual beat up thing, I don't know where it's at. Hey, D'Angelo. So I'm using this one. I don't know if I like it. It's a little too high tech for me. It's a tad high tech for me. So, hey, Birdie. Oh my God, I gotta do something. Yeah, it's a little narrow. And then, you know, they're trying to make it all extra. And it's got this piece, and then you can't really screw it off because it holds it on. But it's kind of hard to screw it on and off. I'm like, can't we just get a regular top? Ooh, don't see that. You don't see that. I'm almost empty. Oh, I got a corner left. Y'all see that, right? It took me about a year to go through that thing. Maybe a little bit over a year. Thing is huge. Hi, Desmond. Right. Oh, I'm working on the empties. I'm working on the empties. Like, look at this. I'm working on them. I am working on them. All right. So, it's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. 1 week closer to, 1 week closer to, what is it called? Christmas break. But let me just tell y'all, I cannot with my job sometimes. Okay, so for finals, the kids get out at 12:30. But we're there, of course, until, 3 o'clock. We got to stay, right? I just got my first invitation, y'all, to a meeting for that week. Now, mind you, let me just say this. Mind you, I think we have meetings on Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're going to have these little meetings for us because we don't have enough meetings, right? Ooh, I know you are glad it's payday. Buying gifts? Okay. That was my subliminal. Okay. So, and then we have to be at meetings on Friday for the network. So the network on the last Friday before we start Christmas break, we have meetings all day. I got meetings. I got to be there at 10 something, and I got to be there to 2 something. Watching these fucking virtual meetings that they say it is an hour. I know you do because I do too on the 15th, and then, but before we go into the all day meetings, we're gonna have these little mini meetings at my school during that week. They're like, yeah, y'all having 2 weeks off, but we gonna irritate y'all asses to the very fucking end. Who wants? Because I got an invitation. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, what is this? It's like, I'm like, so, they meeting us to death for a school. I'm in a school. I've never seen this many meetings in a damn school. Because every quarter we have network meetings. And then we have campus meetings. And now we're having these meetings. And then every week we have fucking meetings. I have department meetings on Thursday. Friday I have meetings all day after the kids leave. It's like y'all wear us the fuck out. A meeting about this, a meeting about that, an observation about this, an observation. I'm like, I am so over y'all. It's like, if y'all want to get rid of people, just say it. We really want y'all to leave, but we don't know how to make y'all leave. We don't want to fire y'all because we don't want to pay no unemployment, but we want y'all to leave. Because I'm like, are you kidding me? This is what we have to do over and over again? Hey, stop by something. I was like, I just ordered some stuff, but I don't know what. This is season where you get a lot of packages, or is it just me? I know it ain't me. But then you got other stuff in your package. Like, I had to buy some plugs and an extension cord. But now I have to remember that I bought plugs and the extension cord, or a strip or something. I don't know what I bought. Maybe I should have bought a strip, Louise. Now I need to buy a strip. I need like a bulk of strips, like 6 of them. I wonder if I can find that. This thing is annoying. Me no, like him. And because it is the season, and I do live in the hood, I've had, some of my packages I've had sent to my UPS box. Like, a lot of personal stuff I have come home, but you know, I know we had some of those at the school, but I don't think I need one with 18 to 24 because I need them in different spots. So, because I need one by my plants, because I have some stuff I'm trying to put up. So I need to add in some lights, plant lights. And then I need one by my bed. Then I need one over here. And then I need another one, I think upstairs. This is almost done too. Y'all hear that? When I do my empties, it's going to be good. But it ain't going to be toward the end of the year because this basket ain't got nothing in it right now. Like I said, I don't know. But there is going to be an empties, and it's going to be epic when I finally do it. Because I'm like emptying stuff. I got to remember stuff to put in here because I be forgetting. I was going to say something ignorant, but I'm trying to raise my vibration. So I can't be as ignorant as I normally am. So I'm trying to raise my vibration. So I got to be, because I understand. But here's the thing. Who said that raising your vibration meant that you can't be snarky? I could have an elevated vibration and still be an asshole, can't I? Somebody answer that for me. Because I think you can. It's just, I think you can. You know, because they act like you should be all peace and harmony and love. But I know a lot of people call themselves, they're so vibrational. And they assholes. And they're like, because let me tell you something. Let's just be honest. The vibrational crew can be a little, they can be a little judgy. I mean, let's be honest. The people who think they're doing better and living better lives because of things like vibrations and eating right and all that shit, they can be the most irritating motherfuckers on the planet. Remember when the natural hair Nazis was around, they were annoying. The The vegans, the mean vegans are fucking annoying. The gluten people, they annoying, right? The um the the vibrational, the higher vibration. And I'm just saying higher vibration, but you know the whole they're into like you know, how do I want to say it? Oh, I can't think of the word. It's on the tip of my tongue. But because I know a bunch of these motherfuckers, and I'm like, you know, y'all are not the nicest people. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones who are like feel like they're you know they're into um laws of attraction and you know things like that, meditating and stuff. Them the meanest, them the most superior motherfuckers around. That's why they, let me tell you something, they used to always want me at their things. It was hilarious. I was like, why do y'all even invite me? Why do y'all want me in y'all stuff? But I think it was because of my network, and they figured if they could convert my black ass, then they could get a whole black. Then you know, especially when I had my studio, because it was like, okay, if we could convert her, we'll get her the people that you know. So I used to go to their stuff, and I remember watching a whole meltdown, and and they still doing it, but it's like you know, connect with your higher self and all this stuff, and it was so hilarious because they were doing like they were doing a training a training on all this stuff and I'd be higher and all this shit. And I told them I ain't got no money for it, so they let me in for free. I was like, okay, cool. But then there was a meltdown on the whole thing. Shit just imploded. And it was quite interesting to watch because for y'all to be so higher vibrational and everything, higher frequencies and all this stuff, when the shit got bad, they did not handle it well. And I was sitting back watching, just tickled. I was like, oh, them vibrations ain't vibrating now. They because because it was like they shut down, barely told anybody, then came back and told us, and it was like real snarky. Don't ask no questions and shit. I'm like, but whoa, whoa, whoa. It was like because people had paid their money. I hadn't, so it was okay to me. But it was like people paid their money and they just kind of shut down for a minute, didn't say nothing. I mean, it was like people we came to the spot where we were supposed to take the class and wasn't no damn class. It was hilarious. And then they went dark for a minute. And then when they finally came back, it was very like, don't ask no questions. This is what's going on. It was really like I sat back. I said, "Oh, the shit is different when your shit fucked up." Huh? I was dying. It was so wrong with me to die laughing, but it was funny as fuck to me. I was like, "Oh, them vibrations ain't vibrating the right way when the shit goes south." Okay. The person who was running it kind of basically shut down for a minute. It was quite a mess to watch. It was, you know, it was like Ratchet TV on a vibrational level, on a higher vibrational level. I was like, oh, this is how it works. Okay. Ooh, okay. A couple more minutes. I was like, okay, this is how we doing it around here. So, but I'm saying this to say that those people, those type of people, have a tendency toward a superior attitude. Like, you know, they understand it better than you do. They understand the universe better than you do. And you are just this like lowly little knuckle dragger because you're not on a level. I was like, Have y'all ever heard of the landmark? Have y'all heard of the landmark? The landmark is one of these, but it's huge. The landmark has been around forever. Because my sister told me about this years ago. It's something like that. It's very mysterious when they trying to recruit you into it, but it's supposed to make your life so much better, and it makes you focus, and and it's like, see, I done seen the cult shit. It felt very cult like to me, but it's all about your manifestations and all this stuff. And then they have like levels that you can be in. And, when you get recruited, when you decide to do it, you do a whole weekend. And it's like it's an induction and all this shit. Whoo! Hot coffee. They tried to get me too. They tried to get me. I was like, but it's expensive though. It's an expensive little thing. I was like, why y'all call me like I got money? Okay. But it supposedly changes your life and blah blah blah. And I was like, huh? Cause it was the same. Yeah, it's like a lot. And it's like they have you there for a weekend, and it's just like here with all these people, and it's like a big thing. And they're just getting rid of some of these, helping you to change the way you think about. I was like, this is too much. And I've heard of it. Like my sister had heard about it years ago when I was young. At least like 20 years before she had heard about it, because somebody was trying to get her to do it. And she was like, first off, it costs too damn much. And it was just very, very, it was like, when you can't tell me exactly what I'm getting into, but you want me to trust you because this is going to change my life. You got me fucked up. You really got me fucked up. Because culture don't, and people have to understand, cults don't have to be necessarily religious based. We think of a cult in reference to spirituality. No, there's all kind of cults out there that you gotta understand. That's what the fucking cult is. I mean, let's be honest. It's a cult of motherfuckers. Okay, I said that low because I didn't want them bitches to find me, because they got radar. They got sonar and shit. So when they hit something. So it's just like, no, we not doing this today. So it was very cult-like. And I told y'all about my Buddhist cult vibe one time. I was like, y'all got me fucked up. Not gonna happen. Hey, I ain't fucking with them people. I respect the hive. They call it a hive for a reason. That's all I'm saying. Oh, okay. Let me tell y'all right quick. So years ago, early 20s, my older cousin calls me up, and she says, hey, it's like Saturday afternoon. Hey, what you doing tonight? I was like, all right, doing nothing. What's up? And it's a cousin that I really didn't hang around with. She's a little bit older. Not my style. Okay. But she's like, hey, I want you to go someplace with me. I was like, okay, cool. Sure, I'll go. So then she picks me up and we're going. I'm like, so where are we going? Oh, she said, well, we're going to this house, hang out with some people I know. I just want you to be open. I just want you to be open. At that point, I started getting some red flags, but I was in the car with her. It was the 80s. So it wasn't like I could like move around, right? Yeah, it was the 80s. So I was like, okay. It's like, I just want you to be open. Okay. So then we get there. First off, they tell me to take off my shoes. in their house. And I wasn't used to that. You know, it was the 80s. We didn't do that shit. And I was like, okay, luckily I put on some matching socks and they didn't stink. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you put on socks and you just throw on some socks. I was 20. Okay. So then I'm sitting there. And so as I'm coming in, I'm hearing this. It's like there's chanting. Now, I will preface this with saying I had just watched a movie about cults. You know, about cults and stuff. So I had watched this movie that like really freaked me out. And I was like, ooh, wow. Okay, so anyway. So I get in, I'm in this, all these people chanting, fucking me up. I was like, what the fuck is that? I'm looking at her, she's like, just go with it, just go with it. Because at this point, I'm looking at her like, what the hell have you taken me to, right? So, you know, she sits down, we sit down, everybody on the floor sitting down, right? So I'm like, but it was the 80s. It wasn't like I had Uber, right? I didn't even know where I was because it was dark. You know, it was in the city, but I didn't have my bearings to know, okay, how do I get back home? Because I lived on the north side back then. I lived in the north side city. I was kicking and living my best life. Anyway, y'all see how the story's going, right? So I'm like, oh shit. All right, so she's like, just go with it, just go with it. I'm like, okay. So then we get there. And then after they all chanting and everything, I'm watching them chanting. And have you ever been around Buddhists chanting? They have their, and no shade to the Buddhists, but this is just my experience with these particular Buddhists. Let me just say that. I was like, they were like using their, you know, rubbing their beads and stuff. So it was like, really, I just was not prepared for it, you know. So I was like, okay. And the reason why I felt like this is, you'll see why I was like, y'all crazy, because it was too much. So then, okay, so I'm like, so what's going on? Okay, so, hey, I have grown up around all kinds of religions, so I was like, okay, I see we're doing something religious, but I don't understand it, but okay. So then they start talking, then they say, okay. Then I find out it's a recruitment thing. So then they like, oh, and they start talking, people come up and they're like, just happy, and, oh my God, yes, and I'm a Buddhist, and blah, blah, blah. So it was like, they were giving their testimonials of how Buddhism had changed their life. Kid you not. And then as each person came up, they had a little cheer. Yay, yay. Now, mind you, I had just watched this movie on cults, and it mirrored some of the stuff I saw in the movie. Like when they're trying to get you, they make it all happy, and they do stuff like have you, and you know, and I was like, this shit is wild. So I'm already low-key freaking out, and I'm looking around, and you could tell the people that they had that, you know, the people had brought with them, because we was all looking around like, what the hell is going on? This was not what I knew. I'm thinking I'm going to a little party. Okay, cool. So then, after they did all their testimonials and yeah, which was, then they said, do you have any questions? Right? See, and okay, see, thank you. Because it wasn't about the Buddhism, it was about the cult-like feel of this group, right? So then they're like, yay. So they go, you need to ask some questions, right? So I'm just sitting there, and my cousin leans into me, and she's my older cousin. So, you know, she's like, you better ask some questions now, because you better not ask me no questions. Like, you better ask some questions now instead of waiting to ask me in the car. I was like, fuck. Okay, let me, which I really wasn't planning on asking no questions. I was trying to get the fuck up out of there at some point. So, anywho, because I got a few more minutes to tell the story. I got to rush through it. So I asked a question because, of course, if you know anything about Buddhism, they were praying to the Gohanzen and all this stuff. See, I remember some of this shit. And I was like, okay, but if you can't tell me what I'm speaking, I'm a little leery of that, you know? And then they were like, oh, whatever. All I remember what I asked, but, right? So I was like, okay. So then after everybody did their little questions and everything, and then it's time to like socialize, right? I kid you not. They would come. So I'm standing there. And they're like, oh, hey, I think and I'm like, okay. You know, tell me the wonders and beauties of being a Buddhist. I'm like, okay, well, thank you. And then I would turn, and then it was like they were like bombarding you, because it was like, it was reminding me of this damn movie I saw where they bombard you and they not let you think. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay. And my cousin's just standing there just smiling like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, whatever. Now, so we get in the car. And they want you to get some type of thing from them. I can't remember what it was called, but it was something they wanted me to purchase. And they were saying that, it was going to change my life and everything if I was got it and started chanting. And so when I get in the car, my cousin's like, sorry, I'm going to need you to go and get that. And I was like, what? Now, luckily, I had just got me a new checking account. So I only had temporary checks, right? Literally, I just got it that Friday. So I was like, well, girl, I ain't got no checks. I ain't got no money right now. So I'll send them my bank account. I didn't have, she was like, well, you can go to the ATM. I was like, well, no, because I don't have a card yet. I just put my money in there. I only have enough to get me around until I get my card and everything. And can go to the bank. Oh, you need to just do this. Well, she kept trying to insist that I do it. And I was like, no. Finally, I was like, no, I don't have it. I can't do it. Sorry. It was like $20-something, but still, whatever. Just felt such pressure, right? So then finally, I go home. She's like, well, you should come to the the center. Okay, whatever. The center was up by me. I was like, whatever. Now, of course, I'm not planning on going. So she's like, she calls me up, are you going? Can you go? I said, no, I can't go. I got to do this with my mama, So I avoided this for a couple of weeks, right? I'm doing avoidance because she's like all over me about this shit. And so then, I kid you not, one day I answered my phone. Now, this the 80s. We ain't got call ID. We ain't got none of that shit. So I answered my phone in my little apartment that I live in. And it's like, hi, can I speak to Louise? I'm like, yeah. Girl, she had gave my phone number to somebody there at the center to call me to talk to me about it. Because she was not getting me in and I needed to be in. I cannot make this shit up. So then I was like, oh, hell no, this shit's crazy as fuck. So then she was like, all this, I'm still avoiding it because she's just like really insistent. Now, let me tell you, my apartment that I lived in back then did not have buzzers. In order to come to my apartment, you had to go around the corner, call from the payphone, let me know you were there. Let us know you were there, and then we would have to come to the front because we lived on the back of the building. You couldn't even see us to let you in, right? So it's one like Sunday or something. All of a sudden, and this was me and my boyfriend, I was being fast and living with a man. We hear somebody knocking on our door. We're like, what? First off, how is anybody knocking on our door in a building that you can't get into like this? So it just all of a sudden, I said, this gotta be her. This is too crazy. Because I think she had called that morning and was trying to get me to go. And I was like, oh no, I got, And it was to the point I wouldn't even answer the phone. He was like, oh, she ain't here. So all of a sudden we hear somebody knocking on the door. And I was like, I can't answer the door. So he goes to answer the door. He's like, no, she's not home. You know what? She tried to come in the house, y'all. Barely knew him. She was trying to come in the house. Like she was, oh, I can wait. He was like, no, you can't wait. I mean, she was really trying to get in to see if I was there, prove that I was there. The shit was bizarre. So, then, here was the kicker. This was the end of it. Finally, she called me one day, caught me on the phone, and she's, I don't understand what's going on. I finally had to tell her, I'm not going to do it. This isn't something I want to do. You can't force me to do it, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, girl, stop it. Finally, I just was like, fuck it. I've been trying to be nice. No, this ain't going to happen. Leave me the fuck alone. Stop it. She pretty much cussed me out. Told me she was just trying to make my life better. And I'm just, blah, blah, blah. Honey, do you know she didn't talk to me for a few years after that? I was like, well, you can want whatever, but I'm not doing it. I was like, this is too fucking weird. So, yeah. So I'm saying that to say, when I went to this recruitment meeting for this group, the Landmark, which look it up. I think you can find information on them now. It just smacked of things that I had seen before. And I was like, oh, hell no. You can't tell me nothing. It's all hush, hush. And never mind. And you want all my money. Because it was expensive, that one. Okay, y'all. So now I've given y'all the story to start your day with. I gotta get out of here. Right. Why was she so pushed? Why was it so serious that I would come get into this shit? I was very, very confused. Okay, so my scent of the day is going to be Caltat Night. I'm about to like layer it with some black cherry merlot. See, I'm trying to use some of this Bath and Body Works and cinnamon and sandalwood. And then I have my oil, trial number 5, which is like cherry and jasmine. So we're going to put this on too. All right, y'all. Let me roll up out of here. Y'all have a great Friday. I'll be on live today on the other channel. Might be on this one after that one. I might be living it up. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you later.